Yeah, boy.
I'm gonna guess you read the title of this video and are interested in getting your hands on the best one-handed axe in Outward. Obviously, there's always some debate over what weapon is best overall, but Sunfall Axe is top-notch. No two ways around it. You get a gorgeous porcelain item that hits hard with physical and fire damage. It also deals massive impact with its special combo attacks and burns the enemy at a rate of 45%. If I ever use a one-handed axe, this is the guy I always go for. But once again, we need to know how to get such a cool weapon. You need to head into the desert and walk towards Stone Titan Cave. It's literally in the center of the desert and is probably the most noticeable cave there. On your way, do be aware of a few things. Number 1, this cave has a lot of corruption. This is due to the Jade Acolytes teaming up with the Cabal of Winds to destroy Elat. Number 2, this is not an easy cave. Mostly because it's full of highly skilled desert bandits, and those guys have quick attacks that deal loads of damage. Take this slow and bring plenty to heal up with. Also, I, for whatever reason, had some of the enemies in here dead already, so you won't get to see all of them, but I will let you know exactly where the enemies are gonna be. To get Sunfall Axe, you need to find and read 4 different rune stones. Technically 5, but the 5th one gives you the axe. The rune stones are guarded most of the time, and upon entering the cave, you should immediately see a stone on your right. Take out the ice switch on your left first, as she is almost always there. Defeat the desert bandit on the right. You want to kill these 2 enemies before the last acolyte sees you. He guards this first rune stone and has several decay abilities. Without any resistance, his attacks will delete your health bar. So go into this with some lightning damage or just fire for DOT. Dodge his attacks and try to stagger him if you can. He doesn't have a lot of health, but again, he can kill you quickly. I'm not going to read these till the end just to stay on point here. Remember this pit here for later, but don't jump down now. Instead, head back out to where the ice switch was and walk across the sword bridge. At the top, you can go either straight or right. Defeat the bandit here and head up the ramp on your right. Again, you come to 2 separate paths. Continue going up and you will find the second rune stone. Apparently there's another bandit here as well, although he sort of ambushed me when recording, which was both scary and kind of funny. After you read this stone, head down the ramp back towards the top of the sword bridge. There is a larger room here where several tough enemies reside. The first one you need to take care of is a silver armored knight. He deals high damage and will block a lot of your attacks. Burning is great since it will kill him over time. Next, we have 2 fire enemies to deal with. One is an obsidian elemental and the other is a fire elemental. Both deal large amounts of damage quickly because, well, it's in the form of fire. Try to separate the horse from the elemental or bait the silver armored guy to fight them instead. Just be careful because the obsidian elemental will shoot fireballs and the wooden walls can't always block them. After everything in this room is taken care of, you can walk down this ramp and in a dungeon sort of room, there is the 3rd runestone. Now, walk all the way down the sword bridge and back to the room with the pit. This time, jump down. Do be aware that there is no way back up, so think carefully before doing this. Several bandits await you here, so either bait one at a time or get ready to slaughter them all quickly. Here you can find the 4th runestone, so read it after making sure nothing can ambush you. Close to the giant head statue there is a walkway. Roll off until you are near the bottom. I usually like to stay on this last platform and kill the last bandit from afar if I can. He was one of the ones already dead for me here, so I didn't even need to fight him. But do be aware there's an additional silver armored knight down there. Then you also have 1 decay elemental to deal with. He isn't hard by himself, as none of them are, but attack him and the knight at the same time, and you're in some trouble. As long as you read all 4 runestones, the Sunfall Axe will be waiting for you at the end of this dungeon. It's on a runic pedestal and simply grab it to gain your reward. There will be a giant here if you're on one of the faction quest points, but other than that, you should be safe. The Sunfall Axe is extremely powerful. It's another one of those porcelain weapons likely created by the giants, and it reads, "The Dawnweaver's knowledge remade us. We grafted porcelain to our flesh." The giants are known to be very wise and powerful beasts in Outward. The outcast ones we often battle are the lowest of the low, so imagine finding one in its prime, and things get pretty scary. The Sunfall Axe is a weapon built for such a powerful warrior. It swings fast and will burn quickly, letting you get in and out of fights with ease. This is often the weapon I use if I'm building a fire build, and you really can't go wrong with it. Just be aware that one-handed axes are a bit slower than a sword, so unless you use the combo attacks on it, you'll get hit more often than you would otherwise. Now that you have this amazing weapon, you should be good to wreck your enemies with the burning hatred of 1,000 suns. Since I skipped over the written stones earlier, I will go over them now, but thank you for watching the video, and hopefully this makes it easier to get the awesome axe, that is, Sunfall Axe. We dare not strike at Elat through ordinary means. It will make a martyr of him. Only a threat from within can slay the man. We must guarantee his death and destroy his legacy at the same time. The acolytes we recruited from the Dark Lich of the Marsh suggested the use of corruption in our spell, for it rots all life it touches. Its twisted influence will serve as the perfect instrument of Elat's doom. We have agreed. Elat's own inside wind must punish his arrogance. We shall turn his soul against him, and should it judge him unworthy, it will become a scourge upon his very being. It will take 20 nights to channel the immense reserves of raw mana that our spell will require. 4 of us have agreed to be the vessels of that power. Their sacrifice will not be forgotten. As the 5 winds guide our hand, we must never forget, no man is above them. Humanity must never cease to fear and respect the world outside the walls. May Elat's doom be swift. Essentially, the Jade Acolytes teamed up with the Cabal of Winds and both tried to use the power of the ley line to destroy Elat. Well, they succeeded and failed at the same time, creating Elat as we know him, the terrifying Scourge Beasts, and breaking the ley line in the desert. In the end, the pride and greed of the Cabal of Winds led to their own extinction, and by their own hands, no less.